There may be a spritz this morning. There may not be a spritz this morning, depending where you are. If you're in the Lehigh Valley, you might hit 50 today. If you're not in the Lehigh Valley, you will not get out of the 40s today. Parts of the Poconos today might struggle to get out of probably much above the low 40s today. It'll be chilly, it'll be damp, and as we get into the afternoon, we get a better chance for showers or a light rain. Not a soaker today, but there's definitely precipitation about. But we're on the edge of it, so a lot of the precipitation won't make it here, but the stuff that does is going to be very light. Temps for the most part in most regions north of the valley will be in the 40s today. Lehigh Valley, again, might hit 50, might hit 51 or 52 even today. Not likely. If it does, it's not because of the sun, obviously. It's going to be because of that flow from the south. It'll bring a little bit of milder air with it. And those areas to the north are going to stay in the 40s because that air is not going to, with the precipitation, not going to make it that far north today. That's the good news. Tonight we get below freezing everywhere, in the Lehigh Valley and north. Well below freezing in some places into the 20s. The precipitation should move out by the time we get to the freezing mark, so that will prevent any should prevent any frozen precipitation. Except a lot of spots tonight are going to see some frost. Tomorrow, just about the same thing. The Lehigh Valley might hit 50. Most of the region won't get out of the 40s. Should be dry tomorrow with a little bit of a breeze. But that wind will become calm tomorrow night as temps get at freezing or around freezing-ish in the Lehigh Valley and below freezing everywhere else to the north and west. Meaning you could see some more frost tomorrow night. And then Thursday, around 50 for the Lehigh Valley, 40s for most other places. Dry, but we see frost again Thursday night. The foreseeable pattern over the next 5, maybe 6 or 7 days even, looks to be dry because everything should be staying away from our region as it travels west to east. The caveat to that being next week it's going to change. That pattern, the shift, the track of the moisture will move more conducive to our region. We're going to stay in this cold pattern. So the question becomes, do we start seeing our first snowflakes? I still think some of us are going to see our first snowflakes the first and second weeks of November. Obviously, the best chance for that would be the higher elevations, the Poconos and such. So don't be surprised if you see some snow at some point. It looks more likely, as we said last week, around my birthday on Monday. After we get past Monday, it looks like we could start seeing some opportunities for some snow. Not heavy snow, not even a shovelable snow, although all snow is plowable with the plow service. It's not going to be a horrendous type of snow early next week. As we get later next week, let's hold off and see what happens. But we're in that colder air now. We're more autumnal. We're finally seasonable with our temperatures. So the Lehigh Valley again today might hit 50, maybe a little north of 50. But the rest of you are going to be stuck in the 40s today. Some places like Mount Pocono, Mountaintop, those areas, you might struggle to get north of 40, 41 degrees today. You'll be in the low 40s. And again, the big contrast in temperatures being that southerly moisture that is bringing some more milder temperatures with it, but it's not going to make it that far north because of the cutoff with the jet stream and a very high low pressure or very strong low pressure system to the north of us. That's the weather. There's really not a whole lot to talk about that. Cornhole tournament, January 8th. We had a venue lined up, but because of unforeseen circumstances, that venue is no longer available or will not be available to anyone. It's no longer a venue. That decision was just made. So we need a venue for a cornhole tournament. It doesn't need to be massive, but it needs to be big enough for a cornhole setup. 4 sets of cornhole boards. If you have a venue, indoor venue, it's January 8th, don't want to do it outside. If you have an indoor venue available January 8th, message us or message me personally Let me know the size of it. If you have pictures, that would be awesome. And let me know the rental fee. All the proceeds from the cornhole tournament are going to the Weather Cares, to the disaster team program, and some weather-related activities from the Weather Cares. So if you know of a venue for that, let me know, or let us know. Message the page, or message me, or send an email to theweathercenter@gmail.com. Put venue or cornhole or I don't know, something in the subject line so I know what it's for. The Weather Center, all one word, @gmail.com. If you know of a venue or have a venue available January 8th, it is big enough for a cornhole tournament. April, we have another activity. That will be our next event. Remember, every 4 months we're going to, no, 3 months. Every 3 months we're going to do one. January, April, July, and October. We will do an event. July's obviously will be softball every year. October will be kickball every year. January, I don't know if cornhole is going to be a January thing every year, but this January is going to be cornhole. Then April, we're going to do something new. I don't want to tell you what it is, but the weather has never de-weathered as hard as the weather is going to de-weather in April. The weather has never de-weathered as hard as the weather is going to de-weather in April. Yes, yes. Yeah, it probably doesn't make any sense right now, but it will when we tell you what the event is. Ladies, it's because we love you a little more. And there's nothing wrong with loving yourself. There's your hint. That's it. I have nothing else. We will at some point this week be doing a special evening, What You Can Expect Live, talking about the Giving Tree, the Rambo family Giving Tree, Julie and Bennett Rambo. Last 3 years, this will be the third year. They do a family giving tree. They put a tree up in the square in Lee Heights with everybody else's Christmas trees that they decorate. Businesses decorate Christmas trees. And they put them in the square in Lee Heights. I don't know, it's a thing. But the Rambos, Julie and Bennett, put items on the ornaments that they hang on the tree. And if you go and get one of those ornaments, you get that item, then it goes to a specific charity. One was for a little boy who lost his parents in a car accident a couple years ago. Last year was for the children's home, the orphanage. And this year was going to be for the Pediatric Cancer Foundation of the Lehigh Valley, one of the recipients, or one of the beneficiaries of our kickball tournament. An absolutely great charity. There's a bunch of items that they are requesting that the kids that are being treated for cancer, their siblings and their parents, it's really basically for entertainment and to occupy their minds so they're not, stuck on the whole cancer and cancer treatment thing, and try and keep their spirits up. There's no real big ticket items. I think the most expensive thing on there is $25 gift cards for like Amazon and things. $5 gift cards for the dollar store, Family Dollar, Five Below. Those little over-the-door basketball hoop thingies. Some Lego sets. Those might be the high dollar item, actually, some Lego sets. It doesn't have to be one of those massive, like 1,200 piece Lego sets. You can get those little ones, too. And games, like board games and things for kids. Up to teens, obviously. So that's what we're going to do. There is a list on our page somewhere. But at some point this week, we're going to do an evening What You Can Expect Live. And we're going to talk about the Giving Tree. I hope to have Julie and or Bennett on, as well as Michelle, the executive director at the Pediatric Cancer Foundation of the Lehigh Valley, or someone from there. There's only 4 or 5 women that do all that work, which is amazing to me. But I hope to have one of them on as well. Even if it's pre-recorded, maybe we'll just post a little video from Michelle or someone on her staff to talk about what they do and what these items are going to be used for. But I want to kill this. I want to absolutely knock this shit out of the park for them. So if you can, please support it. It's $5 minimum for the Five Below or a Family Dollar or whatever gift card. There's a whole list of items. Go see it. There's gift cards is the big one. They do have a couple big ticket items that they would like for their office staff to use. They have a couple iPads that no longer hold charges. So we're going to see what we can do about getting them a couple iPads too. Nothing fancy, just something to hold the charge that they can do iPad stuff with. Pediatric Cancer Foundation of Lehigh Valley. You can find them on Facebook and Instagram. Follow them, like them. And when we launch this Giving Tree thing, try and support it. if you can. You don't have to do a lot. Just again, just a $5 gift card for Five Below would be wonderful. If you can do a little more, that's great too. If you want to collect, if you can find that list on our page, and I'll repost it later today, you can start getting those items, and we'll make arrangements to get them from you, and we'll collect them. And then at some point closer to Christmas, Julie and Bennett and their kids will take those items to the Pediatric Cancer Foundation and give it to them, and it'll be cool. It'll be very, 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 very cool. Not to diminish any of the other causes that we've done, but this one's huge. This is a really, really good cause. That's it. Again, spotty showers this morning. Your spotty showers could become light rain this afternoon. Lehigh Valley might hit 50, maybe the low 50s today. Most of you will be stuck in the 40s. And then tonight, at or just below freezing in the Lehigh Valley, and well below freezing for the rest of you, north and west of the Lehigh Valley. Poconos, you're going to be very cold tonight. And things will freeze, and we will have a frost in a lot of places tonight. That's it. Blue, we'll see you tomorrow morning for Morning Wood. I will see you at 9:30 for what you can expect live. And keep your eye on the page today, Instagram and Facebook, for some posts about things, events, and the Giving Tree. I love you all. Ladies, I love you a little bit more. See you tomorrow.